What skills look really difficult but are easy to learn? Solving a Rubik's Cube. You can learn how to solve it in no time, and people will always be impressed. Once you remember the combination, you will be able to solve it within 1 minute. Most common locks can be picked in seconds. People will think you're some kind of wizard, but it's just basic engineering, as most locks are very simple devices. 10 finger typing. I played a lot of video games in my youth, and when you type in the chat, your character stops moving. So I learned how to type really fast. I had to take typing in school, after which I typed a 110 words per minute. CPR and first aid in general. I got certified in both, each only took 3 hours. Doing maintenance work yourself on your vehicles. You would be surprised how easy it is and how much money you'd save by doing it. There's so many good resources on the internet that'll show you what to do. Just look on YouTube or on internet forums and they'll walk you through it. Your like and subscription will really help my channel. Shuffling cards. I used to practice when I was a teenager, and I got really good at shuffling and making it look cool. Whenever cards need to be shuffled, my friends just hand me the deck and watch. I learned how to shuffle like 10 years ago, and my family still acts amazed whenever we play cards. This is actually quite easy to learn. Playing easy songs on guitar. You only need to learn how to use some basic chords and some basic strumming pattern, and you can impress non-musicians easily. If you invest into a capo, you can play hundreds of songs with just a few chords. Photography. Most phones shoot good quality RAW these days. Just follow a basic YouTube photo editing tutorial. People always say how impressive my photos are, but I just watched a couple of Lightroom videos and it took me less than an hour. Sewing, even if it's just to do simple repairs. Especially if you have kids, you can fix their favorite stuffed animals when a seam lets go or a sibling rips an ear off. It's a little thing, but useful. Seems like it's becoming a lost art. Getting fit. You're pretty sporty on that bike, you know that. I could never do that. You can. I was breathing like I'd have asthma and was smoking, but if you keep up the training for a while, it'll come by itself. If you keep up the training for a while, that became difficult pretty quick. Cooking skills. You won't die of malnutrition, and it's also rewarding when you get extremely good at it. Salt, pepper, olive oil. All of a sudden, things are edible. How to change the channel on your router to one with less interference from your neighbors and get faster Wi-Fi at home. If you have heard of the control panel and can Google the error, you know more about computers than 90% of the human race. IT is a field populated with confused people who don't understand how they get paid so much for simply troubleshooting issues on computers. Poker card counting. It's not that hard if you take a few days to practice. It's mostly mental gymnastics to count quicker and to memorize the odds of getting combinations. Knowing when to shut up instead of opening your mouth at every given opportunity goes a long way. Appliance repair. If it's just a busted part, and it usually is, you can order the part online and watch a YouTube video on it and save yourself hundreds of dollars every time. We've repaired our refrigerator, dishwasher, and clothes washer a few times. Honestly, juggling. Don't get me wrong, it's pretty hard to do the complicated things, but just picking up 3 items and juggling doesn't take much practice. I learned it a while ago, and whenever I pick up anything and juggle with them for a few seconds, everyone's like, "Whoa, you can juggle!" Building a computer. It's not even a skill now. You just need to know what you need, and it's like putting the circle block in the circle hole. I started in the 90s. Wasn't so easy back then. No auto-detect, nothing. You had to calculate your clock speed and set the right multiplier jumpers for CPU and memory. CPU could go in 4 different ways, so you tried them all and hoped you didn't fry anything or bend a pin. And then we had to walk 2 miles in the snow, uphill both ways. Fire breathing like a fakir. It's easy. The hardest part is surviving and trying it a second time. There's a YouTuber called Mike Boyd, and he makes videos on learning skills like these. For example, he learned how to solve a Rubik's Cube. His videos show how an average person could learn these skills. Eating with chopsticks. I read how to do it and just tried the next few times I ate Chinese. Suddenly, I realized I accidentally got good at it. When I was first dating my wife, one of our first dates was to go out to a Chinese place. She was impressed when I was just casually eating with chopsticks, and I've since showed her how easy it is. Training your brain for better control and focus. All it takes is 5 minutes per day of sitting quietly, breathing in and out, and trying to keep your attention focused on the breath. It is like giving your mental focus muscles a workout. It may not be conventionally impressive, but over time, it will give you better control over your mental focus, emotional responses, and sense of self, which will impact literally everything else you put your mind to, whether it be relationships or learning new skills or whatever. Your like and subscription will really help my channel. Thanks a lot for the donations.